So you're interested in getting a bike, but you don't really know how to start riding. Well, I'm going to show you the basic components of a bike to get you up and going. First things first, we're going to want to go ahead and start up the bike. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the key right here. This little red switch right here, we're going to turn that on. We're currently in first gear, so we're going to want to put that in neutral before we start it up. So we're going to pull in the clutch right here. Our gear shifter, we're going to go a half click. So we are now in neutral. Now we'll hit the start button down here to go ahead and start it up. So let me just go over a little bit of the bike with y'all real quick. So on the left side right here, we have our clutch. Right side, we've got our front brake right here. On the left side as well, this is our gear shifter, so this is where we'll be changing our gears. And on the right side, we have our back brake. Now when using your brakes, you're mainly going to want to prioritize your front brakes. I would say you want to go about 70% front brakes, 30% back brakes. The reason being, if you only use your back brakes, you got a good chance of locking up the rear wheel, and it could probably cause the bike to wind up fishtailing, which is something you don't want to do. And I'll go over a little bit more of how you come to a stop in just a moment. But first, let me go ahead and show y'all how y'all can start, right off. Use the clutch, changing gears and all that. So we're going to go ahead and want to hop on the bike. I always just get on the bike on the side that the kickstand is at. It's kind of leaned over this way, so it just makes it a little easier to swing your leg on over. Go ahead and kick that kickstand up. So now that we are on the bike, I'm going to show y'all how y'all can simply ride off. So with the gears on a motorcycle, it's going to be 1 down, 5 up. So first gear, you press down on the gear shifter. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth gear, you are going to be picking up on the gear shifter to change into those gears. And then of course neutral is going to be in between first and second. So how you would go into first gear, you're going to want to pull in the clutch and then kick down on the gear shifter like that. You can see that we're in first gear. Now when you're getting ready to ride off, you can go ahead without even using the throttle at all yet. You can ease out of the clutch and you can see it starts to bite. So the bike's going to start moving by itself without having to give it any gas. Now what happens though if you release the clutch too quickly, watch this right here real quick. The bike's going to stall out if you release the clutch too quickly. So you don't really want to do that. So let me show you how you can now properly ride off. So again, we're going to start up the bike. I'm going to put it back in neutral. Half a click up. Start it up. I got my clutch pulled in. I'm going to kick it down to first gear. I'm going to give it just ever so slightly gas. Just a little bit while I'm easily releasing the clutch. And it's going to ride off properly. So as you can see right here, I'm easing off of the clutch. I'm giving it a little bit of gas. And we can start riding without it stalling out. Now, to come to a stop, you mainly want to prioritize your front brakes, and you don't want to just pull it in really quick. And you want to gradually squeeze the front brake in. So kind of like this right here. I'm going to pull in the clutch, and I'm going to squeeze in the front brake. Just a nice steady squeeze on the brake. Oh, there's a popo. He's probably like, what the hell is he doing? And at the same time, like if you're at higher speeds, you're going to want to clutch in, squeeze in the front brake and put a little bit of pressure on the back brake as well. And that's how you properly stop the bike. But yeah, it's just a nice slow squeeze in on the front brake. You don't want to pull it in quick like that, or you're probably going to go flying over the bike. Now that we got that down for the most part, I'm going to show you how to start actually changing gears and getting up to speed. Real quick, almost forgot, before we do that, to turn, y'all got to know how to turn. So when you're going slow, I mean, it's not hard at all. You just kind of gently turning the handlebars to get to go the way you want to go. You can see I'm kind of turning to the left. That's only at slow speed maneuvers though. See, I'm going to the right. I'm going to gently just turn the bike easy. If you are going at speeds though to turn, it's called countersteering. So if you are going into a pretty nice turn, curve to the left or so, you are going to lean to the left while you are pretty much pushing the handlebars the opposite way of the turn. So if I'm leaning to the left, I'm going to push the handlebars just ever so slightly, not a lot, to the right, and that is going to allow me to be able to take that turn to the left. Alright, so now that I'm out here on the main road, I'm in first gear, and you really just play it out by ear. You can hear that it's revving up way too loud right now, so it's time to shift gears. So I'm going to pull in the clutch, I'm going to kick up into second gear, and then I'm going to easily release the clutch and give it a little bit of gas. So now we're in second gear. But really, how to know when to change gears, it's going to come over time. But you really play it out by how the bike sounds. So again, right now I'm at 5,000 RPMs. It sounds like I need to shift the bike. So I'm going to pull in the clutch, kick up on the gear shifter, ease out of the clutch and give it a little bit of gas. We're now in third gear. And it's really just the opposite for downshifting. Well, I wouldn't say exactly the opposite, because downshifting, you know, you can shift down normally or you can rev match. But I'm just going to show y'all how to shift down normally. So I'm in third gear, you know, I'm starting to slow down. I'm in a place that's got slower speeds now, and the bike feels like it's bogging down a little bit. So I'm going to want to shift down. I'm in third gear at about 3,000 RPMs. I want to shift down. Pull in the clutch, kick down on the gear shifter, and you're going to ease out of the clutch and give it a little bit of gas. You have now properly downshifted. Coming to the stop, pull in the clutch, kick down, front brake. I think y'all are almost ready to go. Hopefully I'm explaining everything in a way that you can understand. I know I'm probably not the best at explaining stuff, but I'm just trying to help you out a little bit the best that I can. But I hope you found this helpful, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. And real quick before I go, I want y'all to hear the bike a little bit as soon as I can get away from this traffic. I shouldn't hit the interstate.